Hi, Jewells68 here for Talk to Me Tuesday, March 1st, 2011. I'm actually recording this on Monday the 28th. I wanted to get this recorded while I had the opportunity. I missed last week, but last week I did actually have something finished that I wanted to show, and that was my Crocheted Amish Afghan, which I have hanging right here that I was originally going to use as my backdrop, but I really hate recording while holding the video camera, so I'm not going to do that. I will put a picture of that at the end. Because I started it right after I learned how to crochet, there's a little bit of wonkiness in the brown corners. Let me see if I can do that. Right here, these are a little, I can't really get at it. I'm afraid I'm going to shut the camera off again because I've already done that once. But anyway, there's an area where the brown, there's like dark brown triangles, and those are picked up and crocheted along each side. So the whole thing is crocheted in one piece. It looks like it's sort of pieced together, but it's not. It's all crocheted in one piece. But because of the different stitches, and I was new to crochet when I started, there's a little bit of wonkiness and puffiness in some of the triangles. If the wonkiness comes out, I might give it to Linus, but if not, I will give it to my mom. So for an early Mother's Day present, and then I already have that done. Yay. Because moms are forgiving. And she won't notice the wonkiness, so she's just impressed that I make stuff. That's really the only thing I have finished. But I do have made progress on that Operation Make It Bigger, which you guys saw when I first started. I haven't made a lot of progress on it. Well, I guess I have. I've added about 3 inches to each side, so that's good. I ran out of the camouflage and started on the cream, and then I will probably switch to black or brown for a final border on that. I'll get some more work done on that today while I wait for my daughter at the orthodontist. So there's that. And then I started another blanket during the Project Linus meeting in February, and it's been sitting next to the couch, so I've made a lot more progress on it. I gotta make sure there's not a kitty about to attack my long yarn here. So here's that so far. And I started with the hot pink and got most of the way through the lavender during the meeting, and I've already got it this big, so that's pretty cool. I've made a lot of progress on that. So this will be using up a lot of leftovers I have from the UFO challenge blanket. That was also using that pink and lavender. And then I picked up again so that I can kind of alternate between crochet and knit, because it's a little easier on my hands if I'm not doing the same thing every day. I picked up this project. I have been working on this Scrappy Log Cabin. It's the first log cabin I started, and I haven't finished, and I've probably done 3 or 4 since then. But this one was with a size 7 needle and worsted weight yarn, and so it's going much, much more slowly. And it's gotten big enough that it takes me like an hour just to pick up the stitches along one side. So I don't work very quickly on it. And I still haven't decided how big I'm making it, but it's I do know this much. It's not big enough. So I haven't shown it in a long time. I had a picture of it. It was maybe about like this big, probably about 3 years ago. I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. I've been working on it off and on since then, mainly in the winter when it's cold. I did not work on it enough this winter, and I should have, because it's nice and heavy, but I was like into a crochet swing, so it's just one of those things. But here is that, and I don't know, I can't even get it up high enough for you to see, but, and I really don't want to flash my tummy to everybody. And I'll just kind of walk this up to the camera so you can see that. But anyway, and here's, so you can see the other side. So there is that. So it's getting nice and big, but it is not big enough. Like I said, I'm not sure how big I'm going to make it. The whole thing was basically started to use up scraps. At this point, I almost have to buy a skein of yarn just to like start a new color, because it uses a lot. What do I have? I have 2 more things. Well, it's really one thing, but there's 2 of them. My mom, the church that she goes to, I think like once a month, or maybe it's every other week, they set up tables and have like a little craft sale just for the members and stuff of the church. Someone donated My mom kept telling me it was quilt squares, and she said, you know, maybe I could sew them together or whatever, but it wasn't anything they could sell because they only sell completed crafts. So she finally gave me this stuff Saturday, and what it actually is two completed, I think, twin size quilt tops. However, I don't know when these were made, but they're pretty groovy because they're actually okay. I like patchwork and I like, you know, remnants and stuff like that. So I like quilts that are made out of stuff like that. I don't know that I would want this, to be honest with you. And I'll have to take some pictures and see if I can stick them in there and I'll hang them up. But, you know, it's got a lot of pretty crazy patchwork. I mean, really random patchwork. The sewing looks fine. The sewing, I think they're all pieced together really well. You know, it's sturdy. I don't think there's any problem there. The problem I see is that it's not all 100% cotton. There are squares that are clearly some sort of, and my screensaver just came on. I hope I didn't turn that off. There are squares that are clearly some sort of polyester blend. So, you quilters out there, tell me, because I have no idea. Everything is sewn together really well. The fabric is clearly all pre-washed. If I were to say, for instance, find a sheet at the thrift store, because this, I believe, is, this is all washed fabric, and therefore it's all washable fabric. If I buy a sheet at the quilt store and, you know, make this into a quilt, is that going to wash okay? You know, as long as it's pre-washed fabric and it's all pre-washed before I sew it together. That way it doesn't do anything weird when I quilt it. Because it's just straight squares, and so I could just do straight quilting as long, once I get a foot for my machine. That's one of them. Here's the other one. They're all made out of the same fabric, so it's basically just leftovers from this person's stash, I'm assuming. And there's actually some pretty cute little vintage fabrics in here. I don't know if you can see that. I turn it a little bit toward the light and then come closer. Ooh. It's kind of fun, but like I said, I'm inspecting all of the stitching. It all looks really well sewn together, so I don't know. And the dimensions, you know, the only thing that was included with the donation, each one had a Post-it note pinned to the quilt top, and it said 75 by 81, and I believe that's twin, I want to say, a full size, not full size, but a complete, you know, twin size blanket. Anyway, give me suggestions, what you think I need to do with this. I'm a little concerned that it's not going to be anything a kid would want, if I could quilt it and bind it and maybe donate it to the rescue mission here, which is for homeless, and the adults might like. You know, it's a twin size quilt, so it might come in handy. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll, you know, figure out what the heck I'm going to do with that. I can't do anything with it right now because I don't think I have the proper foot for this Kenmore machine, and it's going to take me some research to figure out what exact kind of foot I need for that. I'm not sure if it's a low shank or a high shank or a slanted shank machine, so I have to do some research on that, read through my manual, and get a foot before I can even try quilting anything. Project of Doom, I have not even cut out my pattern for week 7 yet, so I'm behind again, but there's not a whole lot I can do about that. I've been working a lot lately, working some really long hours, and when I come home, I tend to just either sit and crochet for a while before I go to bed, or sit and knit after, you know, I eat dinner, and then either crochet or knit just to kind of de-stress, so that I'm not drinking a glass of wine every night. I save that for Friday night. Hopefully this is the last weekend I have to work until Mother's Day, which is our Cinco de Mayo festival. Happy Mother's Day. Thanks, Larry. That is it for me. I'm going to have to edit the crap out of this because I hate posting videos that are over 5 minutes. So I'm going to try to crop out a lot, and I guess that's it. Everybody, I still got to get, I'm hoping, well, before everybody else shows up at work today, I might get some more Talk to Me Tuesday from last week caught up watching. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's videos for this week. Everybody have a crafty week, and I will talk to you later. Bye! That's all. You don't care. You just want to know about crafts, so I'm not going to talk about that. I've got to stop just rambling on.